if you're a Marvel fan like myself, then you probably want to watch something enjoyable featuring a Marvel superhero. Well, I know I do. And if you don't want to watch a movie and rather watch a TV show, then you'll probably just be scrolling through Disney Plus or Netflix. Well, if there is any more Marvel shows on Netflix anymore. Anyway, you'll probably just be sitting around wondering what show to watch. And you probably would want to watch the best of the best when it comes to Marvel TV shows. So, I just want to tell you all about a little Marvel TV show I call Spectacular Spider-Man. If you don't know what Spectacular Spider-Man is, then you probably are not a true Marvel fan. No offense if you are a true Marvel fan and just never heard of the show before. But, I have to say that just because I have to make my statements sound convincing. But, Spectacular Spider-Man was a animated series that ran from 2008 to 2009 and stars Marvel's most popular superhero and my all-time favorite superhero. My all-time favorite. In my opinion, he's the best superhero ever. Now, this show is probably one of the best versions of Spider-Man ever put on screen. And you may be wondering why I think that, because I'm gonna tell you why this show's so good. Spoilers for Spectacular Spider-Man and why it's so good. So, by the way, I might have to start off by mentioning something that sounds quite good. And that's the way Venom is in the show. Now, in the first episode, we're introduced to Eddie Brock, which is a good friend of Peter Parker. In the original comics, Eddie was just this random news reporter who, from a rival to the Daily Bugle, and they didn't get pictures of Spider-Man, and like he hated the Daily Bugle for that, and like he just happened to be in the same church where Spider-Man was getting rid of the symbiote, and then he became Venom. So, how do I put this? Oh yeah, this show makes it better by making Eddie more connectable with Peter, and it just makes it seem a bit tragic the way that he used to be friends with Spider-Man, now they're fighting each other. And the way the Venom symbiote is done, you know, the story, the way Peter gets the symbiote, gets rid of it, is much better than the way Spider-Man 3 does it. Spider-Man 3 did not do justice to that. Well, not saying that Spider-Man 3 is a bad movie. Spider-Man 3 has some good moments, and overall, not too bad of a movie, but still is quite bad of a movie. And I just want to say that, well, Spider-Man 3 did not do the Venom symbiote story justice. And yeah. So yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So when Tom Holland's Spider-Man gets the Venom symbiote, he better do with the story better be similar to Spectacular Spider-Man. Just saying that. Also, yeah. What else should I say? Oh yeah, when I first watched this show, I wasn't that big of a Marvel fan. This show got me into Spider-Man. That and into the Spider-Verse, but yeah. When I first watched the show, I had not that many ideas of who the all these characters were. So when I first watched the show, I was like, wow, this is really good, these characters. And like, yeah, the villains were really good. And the way how it's revealed that Harry Osborn was the Green Goblin, but then not really the Green Goblin, I did not see that coming, because I had no idea. Well, I had no idea who the Green Goblin was, and I was like, really surprised, and I really like that idea. So if you're a new Marvel fan and don't really know much about Marvel, so what am I gonna say? If you have a friend that is who is new into Marvel, then this show's really good for them to watch if they just want to be surprised and not know what's happening. Because like people who know Spider-Man from like the older times, like not saying that they're old, but I'm saying that people who knew Spider-Man before they watched the show would know, you know, some of the characters and, well, right, it's just that I don't know what to say. It's just good for like if you don't know what's coming. I mean, like, sure, I haven't watched the show in a while, so I don't know what to say next. Oh yeah, if you're wondering why there's only 2 seasons of the show and like a 3rd season is not around anymore, then well, there is no 3rd season because it got cancelled because the show just got cancelled after its 2nd season because Disney bought Marvel, and then like Sony had the rights to Spider-Man, and like Disney got greedy. They wanted the Spider-Man TV show rights, and were like, you know, decided to buy it off Sony, and it's just very complicated because like I don't really know the deal too well, even though I do love Spectacular Spider-Man and I do research it a lot, so I try to figure out some stuff, but I'm not really sure on what the deal's like. No one's really sure about the deal because of how little information we got. And, oh yeah, now I might say something that a lot of people might hate, but I don't really like Dr. Octopus in this show as much as I do like him in Spider-Man 2 and, the PS4 Spider-Man game, because I prefer Dr. Octopus had a connection to Peter Parker rather than just not know him, because Dr. Octopus has no connection with him. Spider-Man even said it himself in the episode. He has no idea who he is until he becomes a villain. So, yeah. But, he has no idea who Dr. Octopus is, and, I'd rather if Peter Parker, and Dr. Otto Octavius knew each other before, you know, he became a villain. But, anyway, let's talk about some of the side characters. They're really good in the show. Gwen Stacy, Spider-Man's love interest, it's really good. Now, this might be an unpopular opinion, or not, because I don't really know who the most popular Spider-Man girlfriend is, but Gwen's my favorite Spider-Man girlfriend. So, yeah, I may have just said something unpopular, because I think a lot of people prefer Mary Jane as a girlfriend to Spider-Man rather than Gwen. But, I don't know. I don't really know that, even though I'm a Spider-Man super fan. Spider-Man super fan? Did I say that wrong? I don't know. Also, Harry is a really good friend to Peter. I like him. He's a nice person. I feel bad that, his dad died, you know, the Green Goblin, but, I honestly don't know if he wants vengeance on Spider-Man or just feels sad. Because, like, it just makes me annoyed. I don't really know. Okay, that just sounds weird. Also, MJ in the show is good, but I think I prefer Zendaya's MJ from Tom Holland's Spider-Man. So, yeah. Who else should I talk about? J. Jonah Jameson's good. He's I don't really mind his character. J. Jonah Jameson is my favorite, but he's, I I think J. Jonah Jameson deserves better because he just is seen as like this grumpy old man who hates superheroes. That's how I see him. And I think he deserves better character development, both in a lot of things. Also, Flash Thompson, Spider-Man's school bully. You know, not the DC superhero Flash, I mean like a school bully from Spider-Man comics, who becomes a superhero or anti-hero later on in comics. Don't know whose idea that was, but he was like a really good person. At the beginning, he seemed like a real jerk, but I really think he became a nicer person closer to the end of the show, and that is just well, a good thing, because I really like Spider-Man's side characters. Well, not too much. Some of Spider-Man's side characters are just not as good as Spider-Man, and by that I mean that Spider-Man's the highlight of the show. Oh yeah, Aunt May is a nice person. I mean, like, she is seen as an overprotective Muller-like person, but she's still a really good person. I mean, like, I'm surprised she never figured out Peter was Spider-Man in the show, but hey. Also, by the way, the episodes where Spider-Man had the symbiote and like Aunt May had a heart attack, I just thought that was actually pretty stressful for Spider-Man, especially when he was wearing the symbiote, because that would just push him a lot, and the way how he just said terrible things to his friends. I mean, like, well, what was I gonna say? That just shows how evil Venom can be, or just how terrible things can get with Venom. But, yeah. I don't know what really else to say, other than, just watch the show, because I can't really just describe the show too well, because it's you're just gonna have to watch it for yourself and see. I am gonna leave out a lot of stuff because I'm trying to keep this video short and sweet. But anyway, we can't just end the video yet, because we're talking about a Spider-Man show, and Spider-Man needs to be mentioned. So yeah, Spider-Man in this show is really good. He's not Tobey Maguire, he's not Andrew Garfield, he's not Tom Holland, but let's face it, Tobey was the only Spider-Man back then. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, he's still a really good Spider-Man. He is a nice teenage Spider-Man. I prefer Spider-Man as a teenager because he just seems quite like a good thing. And it's kind of, I just feel like I can just see Spider-Man, as a character I relate to, and Teenage Spider-Man is probably my favorite variation of Spider-Man. College-age Spider-Man is also quite good. Adult-age Spider-Man, I just think no, not for me. I mean, like, I don't mind an adult-age Spider-Man, but I just think that Spider-Man is the definition of that teenagers can also be superheroes, even though that some teenagers can be quite jerks. I'm sorry if that sounds insulting. But, Spider-Man is a good person, and like the way he has the symbiote on at times is just really good. I always kind of go back to the symbiote. Oh, by the way, the way that the Identity Crisis story in Spectacular Spider-Man is done is better than No Way Home. Now, I get that No Way Home had a lot going on, but the Identity Crisis was done better in Spectacular Spider-Man. Not saying that No Way Home did a bad job. I loved No Way Home. It's my favorite movie of all time, but that's another video. So yeah, I could talk about Season 3 now, because like, there's just a lot of stuff I have to say. I can't really bring justice to Spectacular Spider-Man because there's a lot of people who already did, but you can just, you know, just go watch it for yourself and see what you think. But season 3 had plans. It was set up since season 1, maybe some plans, but Carnage was featured. Not Carnage, but like Cletus Cassidy. He's a. If you don't know who he is, then you probably didn't watch Venom: Let There Be Carnage or read the comics. He's basically a serial killer who is basically a Spider-Man villain at the same time. He bonds with the Carnage symbiote, and then bam, becomes Carnage. Red. He's a red version of Venom. Oh yeah, if you play Fortnite, then you might know who he is, because he was in Fortnite. Oh yeah, Spider-Man was in Fortnite. But yeah. They were also probably gonna introduce like Scorpion. I never seen Scorpion in a film or cartoon before, but I've seen it. I fought him in Marvel's Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4, and yeah, I actually want to see Scorpion so bad as a villain for Spider-Man. He seems so cool. And now, what was I gonna say? They were probably gonna bring back Green Goblin since he was like he was like the big bad of the series. He was in the final episode of the show, and like the way he was shown to be alive at the end was really good, because like that just proves that he was back for more. Hobgoblin was going to be introduced. If you don't know who Hobgoblin is, then you don't read the comics and you don't watch the old 90s animated series for Spider-Man, because he's a Green Goblin ripoff, but not really. I don't know how to say it. It just, I don't know, just go watch it. Oh, and by the way, Kraven the Hunter had mixed feelings about him in the show. Big lion guy, but it's okay. He was okay in the show, but I think if he was brought back, he would have been done really good. So, that's it for the video. I'll probably, talk more about Spectacular Spider-Man later. There's also, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Spectacular Spider-Man was also said by the fans, meant to be a part of a cinematic universe of some sort, but that's another video. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Comment down below if you've watched Spectacular Spider-Man. Also, in the comments, let me know what your favorite Spider-Man TV show is, or Marvel TV show in general. And, well, subscribe for more. Well, that's it for the video, guys. I won't force you to subscribe, because clearly you can make your own decisions, but it'd be really appreciated if you subscribe. And that's it for the video.